Celebs recoupled, and how old is too old?
On this episode of Simply Necessary Conversations.
Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. So let's kind of get into, this is our 11th episode. So we decided we wanted to introduce a segment called Rewind. And we're going to address some of y'all's hottest takes in our live comment section, where some of y'all be dragging us, cussing us out, calling us crazy, or some of y'all being like, yes, it's period. You ate that. So first, everyone was calling you crazy, including some of my friends.
I know.
They were calling you crazy when you said you wanted to talk to somebody's ex.
Right.
So do you want to clarify what you meant in that, I believe, the first episode?
It was the very first episode. And yes, I do want to clarify / explain. So I'm not crazy, first of all. I would never expect to go have a conversation with somebody's ex. What I meant was, and I did say I would need to hear it from her, but I would need some concrete proof that the person that is trying to become involved with me, have a relationship with me or whatever, is actually not in a relationship with their ex, especially if I know that they have had a long-term ex. I need something more than them just telling me that, because more and more I'm finding out that men are monkey barring. They're not ending a relationship with the ex. They're kind of holding on to her until they know that they can start a relationship with you, and then they're using you as the way to end the relationship with the ex. And the same thing, I would never want to be the person who was being used as a monkey bar. I don't want somebody with me, staying with me until they've established a new relationship, because I know that's what people are doing. So I would need more than just him telling me that. I would need some kind of confirmation. And really, it kind of brings up if all of his exes are crazy, or he's hiding her from you, or you're having to hide your relationship from her, something in the milk ain't clean. So I'm going to need to be able to be public, and I'm going to need to be able to know for sure that he's done in some form or fashion. I don't necessarily have to talk to her, but I'm not going to take his word for it, because I know these males, I'm not going to say men, are out here doing all kind of shady stuff. Okay,
so that's all cleared up. Hopefully y'all understand. She's not literally finna walk up to the girl's house and be like, knock, knock, guess who?
Not going to call her, not going to text her, none of that.
So next, you wanted to talk about the Sugar Hill Gang, something that is not of my generation.
Yeah, like we had a show where we discussed the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and I failed to mention that the Sugar Hill Gang was the first rap group that I'm aware of that got a lot of radio play. Like, that was the first rap group that I was familiar with as a kid. I believe their song "Rapper's Delight" was what introduced hip hop to our part of the world, or at least my part of the world. So I just wanted to shout
part of the world.
Down here in the South, because I think it started up in the
mean
North.
Like in like
yeah, like I think it was the one that was the first that was prolific, that just was everywhere. Everybody knew what you were talking about when you talked about rap.
I mean, there's like East Coast, West Coast rap.
Yeah, and then there were songs like "The Message" by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. I just wanted to shout them out because I talked about Dougie Fresh, and he came a little bit later. Sugar Hill Gang, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, and some of the other rappers preceded them. So, and the 50th anniversary of hip hop is still going on. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Okay, so something that I want to clear up. I don't know which one of us said it, but it was a complete, just like we misspoke. Yes, we know Africa is a continent, not a country. Baby, I have an Africana studies minor. I know. Did a lot of studying on the continent of Africa, but somebody was coming for us, and I was like, sis, obviously,
like, yeah, we misspoke.
Everybody knows that Africa is a continent, okay?
Yeah.
So then lately, our last episode with our special guest Camille, you defined, or you said that men want women that are easy, and people seem to be confused on what easy meant. Yeah. And there were different interpretations in the comments. So would you like to shed some light on what you mean by when you call
Yes, I do. Well, first of all, everybody assumed that I meant sexually easy. And while that was a small part of what I did mean, I also meant women who are easily controlled. Women that don't make any kind of demand, and I don't mean demand in a you better do sense. I mean demand in that, okay, if we're together, I expect you to treat me a certain way, and I expect that you don't do certain things. So when I said easy versus women that you got to work for, what I was talking about is someone that is not going to be okay with him coming home when he gets ready to come home. Someone that is not going to be okay with sharing a man with other women as long as she's the main one. Mm-hmm. Someone that's not going to be okay with him barely paying bills, not doing anything, not being productive. Someone, a woman that is not going to be happy with a man that just wants to sit home all the time and he thinks he's done something great when he takes her to the Olive Garden. Like, we're not, like, I need somebody that's going to want to travel. I'll need somebody that's going to be interested in doing more than just struggle love and just getting by. I don't want that. And there are some women, just as long as there's a man present in the house or in her life that she can say my man and post pictures of them dressed alike on Facebook, she's happy. Not her. So I did not mean sexually easy, even though that is also a component, because there are some women that have a body count that's probably too high to count. I don't want to be her, and I don't want to be with the him that's okay with all this crazy and all these shenanigans. So please don't come for me. And then for those people that insisted that, well, we probably are those kinds of women, lies. Talk to your mama.
And then, okay, the one man that said that if you listen to Beyonce and them, and then sir, respectfully, what are you watching? What are you doing? And the people that keep saying, oh, women only want me for my money. Where's the money, babe?
Well, first of all, you're the one. Don't pick those women.
Or the ones that said that they could just pay a prostitute. Okay.
Yeah, we weren't talking to you. Like, there's some people that have to understand with this particular podcast, sometimes we're not talking to you.
Yeah, this might not be for everybody.
We're speaking a language that you don't speak, because sometimes you're speaking a language we don't speak. If it seems that what we're saying, you're in total disagreement, I'm not going to say don't listen, don't watch. We still want your views.
Yeah, we still want the views.
But there's no point in arguing, because everybody has their own definitions for things and their own standards. We're going to ride on ours. You ride on yours. You are not going to change my mind. Save the drama for your mama.
And if the shoe fits, then, go ahead on, lace it up.
Lace it up.
But also, while we're talking about that episode, can y'all please leave my friend alone? Lord, have mercy.
I'm going to step in the role of mama right now. First of all, thank you again for coming on the show, Camille, because you were a breath of fresh air. I enjoyed you. You were very respectful. I enjoyed your male points of view. There was no, that I observed, toxic masculinity in there. And I'm going to try to speak on his behalf, even though he has not authorized me to do it. When he said, when you see a woman that's, got it going on or whatever and stuff, he was taught by his grandfather to leave her alone. I think, and I'm speaking for him without consulting him, I think what he meant was, if you are not in a place in your life where you're ready for that, leave her alone. Not that he would shy away from a woman that has it together. What he was saying was, if you're young and you're still sowing wild oats, you're having a good time, you're having fun, then, and she's ready to settle down, leave her alone. I do not think that he meant that he does not want a woman that's a challenge to him in that way. And he just didn't clarify.
And I feel like a lot of people were saying, oh, well, then you need to level up too. Sometimes it's not about that all the time. And I had a side conversation with him off the record about this, where I kind of disagreed a little bit. But sometimes it's not about oh, you need to level up too. Because what if the girl that you're talking to already graduated and you're a dude and you're still in school? Or what if you got a opportunity to do something, but she got an even bigger opportunity? It's not as cut and dry.
Yeah, because
as people in the comments were making it seem.
There's been situations where guys have wanted to date both of us, but they were not willing.
Well, let's clarify, not date
both of us. But she's had situations, I've had situations, because somebody's gonna come for that too. But no, where they knew, even though it's kind of obvious if you're talking to me for any amount of time what my goals are, what my expectations are, what I want my life to be like. They knew full well that they were not willing to make the sacrifices or take the time or put the energy and effort into doing what it was that it would take for us to be happy together. But instead of just being honest with themselves, they decided to let me give it a shot, or just knew that they were going to be a temporary. Yeah. So
I respect dudes that would straight up be like, look, you're doing your big one. I'm not there yet. So let's just be friends.
Or, I'm not the type of guy that wants to be with one woman. Be honest with yourself. Be honest about who you are. Don't waste somebody's time, because wasting somebody's time is an act of hostility.
Period. Yeah. Please don't waste my time. And to wrap up the rewind before we start talking about every episode we ever recorded, apparently Taylor and Travis, y'all real. My fault. My bad.
Yeah, they went to
Didn't
Saturday
know.
Night Live
They
together.
went to Saturday Night Live together. Okay.
And my friend Brittany, I think I'm okay with saying her name. My friend Brittany is a Swiftie. I have several friends that are Swifties, and Brittany seems to think that it's legit. So I told Brittany we're gonna keep an eye on it and see what happens.
My fault, Taylor. And also, everybody that was coming for me saying that Halle is pregnant. Y'all don't know that Halle is pregnant. Did y'all see that picture?
Thank
on
you
the
very
shade room?
much. Thank you very much. She is with child, and her name is not Mary, and it was not immaculate. Thank you.
It's not the second coming, y'all.
Nope.
But moving on from the rewind, now let's get back into present day and talk about Miss Ashanti and my man, Nelly. I shouldn't say my man.
Her man.
She a lucky girl. Ashanti and Nelly are back together.
And they are adorbs. They are so cute together. I thought they were cute together before, but I especially think they're cute together now because both of them still look good. They are holding it down.
They look
a lot
good
of time has passed.
How old are they?
But
I
I think my man Nelly, or her man Nelly,
Yo.
is a little bit younger than I am. And then she may be a little bit young, but they look good together. And you know what I love?
Ashanti is 43.
Okay.
And Nelly is
48, I'm guessing.
48, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. I love that he had a chance with her, whatever the reasons were, they went their separate ways, but he was man enough to say, I want my girl back, and he went back and got her.
And he iced her out the other day for her birthday. Did you see the video? I was like...
Yeah. There is no shame in realizing that you fumbled and going back and
I like the
and
fact
getting your woman.
that they're age appropriate, because I feel like a lot of these like celebrities, especially a lot of the celebrity men, they will try to get the little 25-year-old, little 21-year-old when they in their 40s and 50s.
Now let's be for real. Ashanti looks better than some of these 20-year-olds.
I mean,
so it was easy on Nelly's part, but still,
they still be trying to go for the younger girls when they
look
old
for,
enough to be.
I think some
daddies.
of them do that because they want a daddy. These girls, they want to be able to manipulate them. They don't want a woman that's
Oh yeah. But he
is with Ashanti, and they are so
and they
cute
sometimes
together.
be like on stage together. And she went to some award show, and I think she had a purse, and it was a picture of them at that award show, like from like 20 years ago.
Oh, okay then.
So they go together real bad.
Yeah, back down memory lane. All
and
right,
I
then.
fully support. That's why they're trending right now, because they are everywhere. Like I'm seeing them everywhere.
They're cute. I'm glad to see a couple come back together, because we've seen so many couples self-destruct. So that was a breath of fresh air to see a couple realize that, hey, you were my boo, you were my person, and they're back together.
Yeah, because everybody and their mother in Hollywood is getting a divorce, breaking up. It's an epidemic. I guess it's in real life too, but whatever. I'm happy for Ashanti and Nelly. Y'all, they would have cute kids. Are they too old to have kids?
I think I don't want to lie, but I think he may have a child. I don't know. I thought he might have had. I know he helped raise some kids or something, maybe his sister's kids or something. I don't know of Ashanti ever having any kids.
Are they having a baby together? Because I feel like 40-something isn't that old now.
It's not that old now, but if I'm at this age, I would just want to enjoy the rest of my life with my significant other. I would not want to have kids.
She's had such a good career. Maybe she's ready to just settle down and have the babies and do all that.
Well, I mean, maybe.
If I was her, I probably wouldn't want to do all that, but I'm not her.
No. For me, after I used to say after 35, the gates were closed. Well, after I had you, and I was like, nah.
Well, you definitely finna have no more kids now.
Well, you know, some people, well, no, I'm not having I was going to say, some people feel like they need to have more than one. They're like, oh, I need to have another baby. I did it right the first time. I didn't need a do-over.
Like, you don't need nothing. There's nothing more than me. You can just watch my future children.
I did not need to do it. I'm waiting for 10 to 12 more years to go by, and then I can be a grandma.
10?
At least 10.
Mom, no. I'm not going to have a baby at 31.
I did.
I'm not trying to do that. No. If
I don't,
let me metaphorically touch your hand when I say, if I don't have a kid for like 28, it's not happening.
Well, we need at least 5 more years.
That's too soon now. Like, find a balance.
That's the middle.
I'll be 26 5 years from now.
That's right. That's about right. 26, first baby. Give your body a break. 2 years to heal. They say that's roughly what you need. 28, next baby, and then we move on. But make sure that
children.
Yeah, just make sure that I like whoever your husband is. And I did say husband, not boyfriend, not significant other, not life partner. I said husband.
I don't like men enough to not have a husband when I have a baby.
Yeah. If he's not worth marrying, he definitely is not worth having kids with. Period.
So, anyways, let me put y'all on. It's time for that now. And since it's spooky season still, and this will, be kind of a little Halloween themed, let me put y'all on. Let me preface, because I know everybody is gonna be in the comments and be like, "Girl, we already know." I know I'm late. The movie came out in 2019, and it's 2023. However, I just watched it, so I'm gonna put y'all on, and I'm gonna talk about it because I can. So, Jordan Peele's movie Us. I finally watched it after all these years because it's finally on Netflix. That's what makes this relevant. This is why this is newsworthy. It's finally on Netflix. Get Out and Us. So if y'all want a little Jordan Peele binge watching moment minus Nope, then watch Get Out and Us.
Why are you minusing Nope?
Because Nope isn't on Netflix, and also I didn't particularly care for Nope.
I haven't watched. I watched Get Out.
Get Out, excellent.
I have not watched Nope.
U.S. What? Us. See, that's my AP news brain saying U.S. in my mind because I'm seeing Us. But Us was so good. Like, everyone, when it came out, was saying, don't spoil the ending, don't spoil the ending, don't spoil the ending. Now that I know what the ending is, I would have been so mad if somebody spoiled it for me.
Okay, so don't spoil it today.
I'm not going to spoil it. But it's one of those movies where you can watch it one time, and then once you know what happens at the end, you immediately want to rewatch it and be like, what did I not notice the first time? And I love when directors, writers, producers are intentional about what they're creating and put the symbolism and use the music.
Okay, let me ask. Is it like The Village, like the M. Night Shyamalan, The Village? Like, is it that kind of thing? Remember, I don't want to ruin that in case somebody...
The Village done been out for 20 years.
Yeah, but this one has... Okay, but you know how we thought one thing was going on in The Village, and then it turns out at the end that it was a whole... Like, all of it was a whole...
Yeah, actually,
so is it like that?
Yeah,
okay.
Like, it really...
I didn't watch it, y'all. She did.
It's the type of movie that makes you think, and it's like, it's about such a bigger thing than it being a horror movie. Like, yeah, like, you get the adrenaline rush of, like, these people getting chased and you don't know what's going to happen and there's fight scenes and like all of that is cool. But it's like almost like a movie about marginalized groups and who's really the villain in terms of like the haves versus the have-nots in a certain type of way. Without ruining the ending, it's like, who should you be rooting for?
Okay.
And I'm telling you, you got to watch it. Cause I texted my friend. I was like, "Oh my God, you didn't tell me it was gonna be that."
Who told you to watch it? Who was the person?
Nobody told me to watch it, but a couple of my friends had already seen it.
Well, not to step on your toes now that it came up in my brain, The Village is a good movie to watch around this time. M. Night Shyamalan is one of my favorites because he is very intentional and thoughtful, and there's always plot twists and there's always undertones of different things that are significant in his movies. So, and there's symbolism. He is an excellent
I love a good movie
symbolism writer. So yeah, so The Village, if you haven't seen it, because I avoid it because I don't like horror. Like I will not watch horror movies. And finally I built up the nerve, I don't know why, to watch The Village. And it was not, there was some little bit of a, but it was more of a psychological and a whole bunch at the end of, I know you playing.
I love when movies make you question your sanity just a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, what I watched actually...
Could this actually happen?
Yeah.
Because the Village, I'm like, I bet you that's happening somewhere. I promise you it is. But anyway.
It's one of those things where it's just like, what is really going on? What's really going on in society? But Jordan Peele, excellent. Like, all of his stuff. And if you haven't seen Get Out, I don't know who hasn't seen Get Out at this point, but if you haven't seen Get Out, watch that too because it's fun. Like, Get Out is funny.
That's when I fell in love with Lil Rel Howery. I mean, not like because I'm attracted to him, but I think he is. But I'm just saying, I want to clarify when I say it's not like I'm lusting after him. He is so funny. That movie would not have been the same without him. The movie was a psychological thriller. But he made it funny, and it was appropriate. It wasn't jarring. Like, why are you mixing comedy with horror?
It was like you could tell that it was from the lens of like just a regular person, and it's one of like I feel like Get Out, Us, and Nope are 3 movies where you want to watch it with other people because you have to be able to react and you need to be able to talk about it and you need to be able to be like, would you do that? Or is that stupid? Or would you do that? Yeah. It's just like one last addition while we're on the topic of movies and horror movies. The Blackening.
Didn't watch that one either.
I know. I watched it without you. But The Blackening was a very good horror movie. And I love when they put, like, when movie makers put black characters in spaces where you normally don't see us. Like, in horror movies, either we're going to die first or we're going to be, like, the comedic relief. Because, like, realistically, black people are not going in the woods. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
And if we do, it's going to be a real short movie because we killing whatever came after us. We're not running, screaming, hiding, trying to figure it out. We're not doing that.
But The Blackening was one of those movies where it's like it was obviously made by black creatives because how they acted is how we would act in that situation.
I want to see it, but
and like when they did something that was uncharacteristic of how a black person would act, it was one of the things where a character's gonna be like, we don't do this. Like, why are we doing this right now? So anyway, if y'all want a good horror movie binge that's like focused on black stories or just stories that are a little bit more complicated than just running away from a killer in the woods, check those movies out. And that's my let me put y'all on. I eat that up if I do say so myself.
Okay.
Don't say okay like if you say so. I hate being laughed at by my own mother.
I'm sorry. I love you.
The silence is deafening. So what had happened was I saw on the internet, as I do on most occasions when I say what had happened was, apparently somebody said that if somebody is 30 plus and they don't have no kids, no partner, never been married, then that's immediate red flag, immediate no-go, don't go out with them.
It's giving Unabomber a serial killer or something. Like, how you 30?
Really?
You got no kids.
You think
never.
that?
Wait a minute, though. Wait. Go do that list again.
No kids, no significant other, and no... You've never been married, yeah.
Okay. If they've never had any of those things.
No, they just currently don't have a man.
Okay, well, that's a little bit different. Like,
I feel like it's different generations. Your generation, that would be like, what's wrong with you? Because the only thing y'all had to look forward to really was to get a good job
and
settle down, get married, especially for women.
The world was a lot smaller. Like, y'all have an opportunity to network and possibly get a job, somewhere out of the country, somewhere across the U.S., whatever. Our biggest goal, or at least, graduate from college in my case, get a job, get married, and become a homeowner. Like, those were the things we aspired to because the world was a lot smaller, especially if you were a black, black person. If you went to college, got a good job, got married, bought a house, you had arrived. We had to moved on up like the Jeffersons.
Yeah. But for my generation, that's completely believable.
Different picture.
It's like if somebody is 30 and they didn't have any of that or they don't have any of that, I'm not surprised because I'm 21. I don't have any of that.
Now, not having it currently is one thing. Never had a...
But I completely find that to be believable. And here's why. Because the same thing that we talked about last episode where if a girl's on her grind and she doing her thing, men will leave her alone. Like, there's no age limit on that.
Yeah, but if they don't have a significant other, never been married, that's one thing. But did they date people? Like, are they living a...
But I still feel like it's believable because I mean, of course, I try to talk to people, try to meet new people, whatever. But when you work all the time,
it's
and
hard.
Then you have and then I go to work and then I'm working on this, or I go to work and then I need to make time for my friends.
Or you just tired.
I go to work and I'm tired. I go to work. Oh wait, I realized I haven't seen my baby cousins in months.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to my cousin that I'm always talking to in weeks because I keep missing her phone calls.
Yeah. So I have to make a conscious effort.
So I feel like it's very believable that I could be 30 and never have any of that going on for me at that time because I'm busy.
I'm going to ask the praying part of the church to go before the Lord and make sure that that's not the case because I do want you to have that type of excitement in your life. Now, I'm not rushing you to get married. I don't care if you never get married if you don't find the right person because I'd rather you stay unmarried than to settle. So, whatever. But I do think that there's something to be said to having a significant other that you can do things with, look forward to, like having a already established know you gonna have him Valentine or someone to go out on a date with for your birthday, whatever. It's a very nice feeling. But if you don't have that, as long as you are generally happy, as long as you are enjoying yourself, going out with friends, doing things. I have found, especially since I'm newly single, it's like I kind of like focusing on me. I kind of like being able to I can get dressed for me now. I don't have to worry about trying to be modest because I don't want people to think of it. Like, I can wear what I want, do what I want, go where I want, say what I want. Don't got to worry about it. I ain't got no in-laws. I got to be worried about what they think. I ain't got no, his friends. This is all about me.
But I'm not saying that I don't want those things.
I know you want those things, and I want them for you.
But I'm also like, I feel like maybe I'm burnt out already at the age of 21.
Girl, it's way too soon for that.
I know, but I'm tired. All my life I had to fight.
All right, Miss Winfrey.
I just at 21, I'm already kind of like disgusted with the idea of I love romance. Don't get me wrong. Like, I feel like people gonna twist my words. I love romance. I love the idea of being with somebody, being monogamous, like having that connection, finding your soulmate. I find it hard to believe these days because everybody,
especially based on them little comments,
that we be getting on our videos, I'm just like, so
who are these people?
Everybody is just like either disgusted with the idea of romance, so nobody is making moves, whether it's a man or a woman, or the people that are in the dating scene are just degenerate hunchback of Notre Dame.
or they are in toxic relationships where and I hate to use it. I never thought I would use this as an example, but they're in those Will and Jada type relationships where to the outside world it looks wonderful, but if you go home with them, you finding out that they ain't the only people in the house.
And the number of men that I've seen trying to slide on me, trying to slide on other people when they're in whole relationships, I'm just like, well, I don't want that. So that's what that is.
The disrespect that some men show their significant others in other people's DMs or behind their back is.
I'm just like, it's giving. There is no hope. It's giving.
But there are some. I believe as long as the world continues, there's going to be some decent human beings somewhere. They may be few and far between.
I feel like I've met a lot of decent human beings, but like there's always roadblocks. Yeah. And like I told Trapor the other day, name dropping her once again. She gonna hear this and be like, oh my God, I feel so special. Hey,
well, she is special.
She is special. Hey, Trapora, name dropping you once again. But like I told her the other day, I'm just like at the point where if somebody makes a move, hey. If not, I'm cool. Exactly. I'm perfectly fine with, drowning my sorrows in the money that I'm earning.
And the friends that you got y'all stay. It's not like you're single and sitting at home moping unhappy. Every time I see you're on your way out the door to go spend money. Imara makes it rain at everybody's restaurant and people's store. Like, it's not like I have great friends that keep me from feeling super lonely. So, and you have male friends, so you do have male energy in your life. But there is somebody out there. My future son-in-law is out there somewhere. He needs to know that I'm a gun owner and that I expect. Let me drop that in there. And since I don't yet have grandkids and I don't have a significant other, I can do some time. Don't play with my baby. Don't play with my baby. That's all I got. Like, for real. For the people that think that I'm crazy, consider me a fool if you try to mess over my baby. Thank you. Well, that's the end of my TED Talk.
If anybody was trying to slide, they definitely ain't finna now.
Well, what they won't do is slide if they wrong. Slide if you right. Keep it moving if you wrong. Because, we not having that. We not having that. Yeah.
I mean, I guess some of the problem too is my generation is very stuck in a bubble. We're stuck in the filter bubbles, which a filter bubbles is basically just when you're on social media online and you're only seeing the content that you want to see because that's how social media companies design it. So that way you stay on for longer and they make more money. So because half of my life has been in a filter bubble and you only get what you want to get.
It's very scripted. It's very scripted. Like, if you hate something, you know what my thing is right now. That's all that your social media will keep generating and putting in front of you. And then also, I have come to realize that if you click on somebody's stuff or they're, clicking on your stuff routinely and stuff, you'll see their stuff over and over. And then all of the other people, that you thought you could interact with or that was seeing your stuff, they're not even seeing it. So you get kind of pigeonholed and locked into a certain type of online social situation. And that's my thing. And I don't go out a lot. I'm at work. I'm at home.
Yeah.
I need to go back to church, but y'all, I need a church where they're not worshiping the pastor and all that kind of I
don't want
a
to
church.
Say that you're not going to find a man in church.
I'm saying I need to go to church. I need to get out because I have neglected my Christian walk. I know I have. I don't need judgment, but I also don't want to go where they're worshiping the pastor, where everybody's competing, where people are sister this and want to hug you at church and then see you at Publix and don't speak.
I don't like the concept of like first ladies that they do in black church, like the first family of the church. I don't like that.
We'll say that for another show because that's the whole thing. But like for real though, I want to go to a church where people are genuine and it's about Jesus, because I'm a Christian. You do you if you something else. That's your business.
Well, what other church? Like if you go to church, they only gonna be talking about Jesus.
Well, I'm just saying. For me, it would be a Christian church. For somebody else,
duh.
But I just need it to be where I can get my spirit fed without being judged, without being people being jealous, without people, giving you the side eye. And like I said, one of my biggest pet peeves with church is when I literally see people on the social media platforms, Jesus this, scripture that, and you see them in public and they walk by you and not just don't speak because they don't see you or don't recognize you.
Church people are some of the most...
Don't speak because they haters.
No,
it's like, how you think the Lord gonna bless you?
I've learned this. Church people are some of the most evil, manipulative.
Well, for some people, church is a social setting.
But
it's a networking and social
I've met a lot of people that be like, my faith, and be horrible people. Like... Yeah. Terrible people.
Yeah, Jesus don't even be talking to them.
And I'm just like,
yeah. So anyway,
is it really giving?
We're getting off topic, but I need to go to get myself together, and also because I would like to be yoked with someone that is also of the Christian persuasion. Like I don't want to be unequally yoked, as the Bible tells you.
But also, I feel like. Sometimes we disagree about.
But then, if he's at church 9 chances out of 10, he's gonna be there with his wife, and I ain't trying to.
I feel like a lot of these like church boys play it up.
Some of them were raised in the church and they do it out of respect.
And I also feel like, and this is more, I guess, my worldly perspective or my educated perspective or whatever. I also feel like just being a Christian doesn't make you a good person, and not being a Christian doesn't make you a bad person.
I agree with that.
And it doesn't make you a bad person.
There's a lot of people that are in church every Sunday. We will not see them when we get to glory. Because a lot of people that are always in church don't always have church in them.
So while I will not date somebody that's a Satanist per se.
No, please don't.
Because that's like completely, or I might not date, I don't want to call it a specific religion because then that could be taken the wrong way. But I might not want to date somebody that's of a religion that might be more restrictive towards things that I like or whatever. I think I could date somebody that's agnostic as long as they have a faith in.
Well, we've had these conversations. Your mama don't like that, but
I
want you to be happy. I feel like God is your only judge.
You have I feel like it. I want somebody that has a faith in something, like they're not just believing in science, because that's not what I think.
We're Christians. They need to have a faith in Jesus for me. That's for me.
That's for you.
For me.
I feel like my faith and their faith can be separate. Like, I don't think it has to be
how
together.
my grandbaby's going to know what to do? He doing this.
I'm not going to force my grandkids to be Christian.
You mean your kids, my grandkids.
I'm not going to force it. I'm going to expose them to Christianity.
First of all, people don't realize, but you can't force anybody to be a Christian.
I'm saying,
because if they're doing it because somebody made them do it, that's not Christianity.
If they don't want to be a Christian, they ain't going to be a Christian regardless of whether my husband is or not. Like, if I expose them to Christianity and I say this is what I believe, then that's all I can request.
Expose them to the Lord, and the Lord will do the work.
And I know people going to come for me, and Christians going to be like, oh my God, man.
No. If you expose them to it, because even the people that were brought up in the church, some of them just went because they were forced. You cannot force salvation on anybody.
And maybe it's just because I've seen like people in my family, whatever, like, yeah, they might call themselves a Christian. They might go to church, but like some of the things that they believe is a little off Bible. Mm-hmm. So that's my personal thing. But I would still expose my kids to Christianity. But
if you don't, I will, even if I have to sneak and do it. You know that.
That's a little bit problematic.
I'm just telling you, like, they're gonna see it and hear it from their grandma, because I want to see them on the other side. But like I won't try to. I have never I had a drug problem when I was a child. I was drugged to Sunday school. I was drugged to Baptist training union. I was like, drugged to everything that would happen at the church. My grandma was at the church on Saturdays cleaning it and then doing choir practice. And then she went on Sunday for Sunday school because she was a Sunday school teacher. So I had to know all the stuff in case the other kids didn't have answers. I better know the answers when she called on somebody. Then we had regular service. Then we had evening service. I went to vacation Bible school. I was at everything. I didn't do that with you because I didn't feel like that was absolutely necessary, but I did expose you to the Word of God. And that is what I think is most important because you got to have a personal relationship. And I've also told you, just like you studied at the USS of F and got that degree, you better study that Bible.
And I also would like to say, too, I feel like a lot of Christians that disagree with me on this, I feel like it comes from a lack of exposure to other people. Because a lot of Christian people that I know only operate in a little tiny box of other Christians that think exactly like them, that are the same race, that come from the same area, that do the same things. To me, that's boring. I don't want to live like that.
And some of them have scripted things that, Bible scriptures that they
and they have I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. Like quoting Bible scriptures, but doing other things that's just like obviously shady, obviously bad. So it's just, to me, I feel like an exposure to other people and other ways of thought is a good thing. And if your faith is up to snuff, then you dating somebody that's not a Christian is not going to shake your faith. If your faith could be shooketh, then
you got a problem.
Then you got a problem.
Yeah, I think kind of being an example is the best thing you can do.
You might end up converting them on accident. So
yeah, that's my thing. If you're doing your Christianity right and you're around people that are not Christians, you're going to convert them. I'm
not going to say you're going to convert them, but there's a
high chance of you converting them. So just do what you're supposed to be doing and let them follow your example.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in other words, do whatever you want because
we're not judges of anybody.
I would assume that anybody that's watching this is grown. So I'm gonna mind my grown business, you mind your grown business, and we'll
keep it pushing,
keep it moving. But on to a lighter Ask a Gemini. Since we talked about religion and relationships and we're multifaceted. Mm-hmm. That was at the same time. The harmonization is the worst chore or what do you think the worst chore is? In terms of like housework, cleaning, like errands, things like that.
A routine chore that I hate is dusting. Like I hate dusting, and not because I hate dusting, because the Swiffer revolutionized dusting. Let me just say, they not paying me, but I love myself a Swiffer because it changed the dusting game. But I hate to have to move the stuff and Swiffer, and then like for me, I'll Swiffer for a couple weeks, and then at least a couple times a year I move everything, Swiffer, and then I spray my nice wood furniture. I spray it with furniture polish and actually polish it. So like I'll Swiffer for a couple weeks, and then I'll polish every couple weeks. I hate having to move that stuff, do that, and put it back. And that is why I'm a minimalist at home, because your grandma knickknacks everywhere. I don't want nicks nor knacks because that stuff has to be moved if you want to sweep. It gets dusty or whatever. I hate dusting furniture. And then my second thing is I don't mind sweeping, but I hate mopping.
Mopping just is so much effort because then you got to move everything. Then you can't walk on the floor.
Takes so long.
You got to mix a little concoction.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
Yeah.
For me, I personally feel like I hate, and I'm gonna do it after this podcast. I hate having to clean my own car. I just feel like a man's responsibility is to wash and clean cars.
That's not feminist thinking.
I feel like it's a man's responsibility to wash and clean cars. Since I am without man, I have to do it myself or pay somebody.
You can pay somebody.
Yeah, but I don't know nobody that can do it, so I gotta do it.
We got somebody that I gotta find him though.
We're not in my car because there's a place down the street from here that does it.
Yeah, there's a guy that does a good job. I just gotta find. I lost his contact information.
Yeah, but I don't like cleaning my own car. I will put it off until my car is just beyond.
You asked about cleaning. If we were including stuff like that, like I don't want to do the car either. Like, I don't want to clean the car, especially the tires, and because you need to.
You got to clean the tires.
Yeah, if you want the whole look.
Oh, I was just finna, rinse it off real quick, do a little scrub dub, and call it a day.
I don't like doing the car either. I hate cleaning the inside and the outside.
Because
then
now I'm gonna have to like pull my car up, get the vacuum cleaner, vacuum.
And the cord is never long enough.
The cord is never long enough. It's gonna be hot. People gonna be driving by, watching,
and inevitably somebody always wants to come by and chat when you're trying to get something done. Please keep looking. If you see me doing a chore, don't come talk to me.
I never talk to our neighbors. I'm sorry. Like I keep it out of.
Yeah.
And then I keep going.
It's usually not a neighbor, like people driving through the neighborhood en route to somebody else's house.
When I like run out and like something that like I don't want to be seen in, or I feel like
happens
unclothed
every time.
And I have on my little booty shorts that I wear.
What?
Why are you saying what like that?
I'm just kidding.
When you know, like when you're in the house and you're just chilling, like you don't care how you look like that, or you like run out, you just quickly have to throw something in the garbage or quickly get something. Yeah. And that's when somebody want to drive by and then drive by slow, and I just go about their business.
Yeah.
So anyway, I hate cleaning my car, and I also hate. Oh, what was my other thing? I hate cleaning in general, honestly, but like I do it. I hate folding my clothes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I hate folding my clothes because I have so many.
I don't mind folding clothes.
But Mom, you know I have a lot of clothes. Like literally, all week. Okay, I need to wash this. I need to wash this. Put it in like the laundry basket.
Yeah, because I never can find my basket. Why? Because it has Imari's clean clothes that she has not put away.
So then I got but I already have like clothes that like need to be washed by the time I start that basket. So I got to wash them clothes. So I put them in the washer.
But we got 55 baskets.
You have all the big baskets. I still have the basket from when I was a child.
We got 55. Well, in my when you move back home, as we put things away, I have all of them. Just like we got so many baskets.
I need a bigger basket. But okay, I'm trying to tell the people my process.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I have the laundry that's like that. Okay, I wore this laundry. Then I have the stuff that already needed to be washed from the previous week. So then I have to wash that stuff. Then wait for that to wash. Then I put it in the dryer. Then I wash the other stuff. Wash that. Then the other stuff in the dryer, I got to take that out because the other laundry got to go in the dryer. So then I have to like either one option, leave it in the basket until I need something and I finally have time to fold the clothes, or spend time folding the clothes. And don't let me mess around and like decide to freshen all my sheets at one time or freshen all my towels. Then I got to wait. It's just, I don't like it. So sometimes.
Some of it is somebody's a procrastinator and they wait until.
I wait until I need specific
things. They need things, and then all of a sudden they want to monopolize washer, dryer, and baskets.
Yes, yeah, pretty much. And so if you ever come to my house, wait, none of y'all finna come to my house.
Well, hold on. I mean, in theory, there could be somebody that came to your house. But
you're one of my friends that's listening to this right now. If you ever come to my house and you come to my room and there's just like a basket of clothes, don't question it. Okay, it's my process. I'm not dirty. I just procrastinate laundry. Thank you. So that's what I dislike about chores and doing things. But Gemini Gem, and that ties in perfectly to what
I was going to say, ironically,
I'm so proud.
Ironically, that was a good segue because my Gemini Gem is, it involves dryer sheets. So like if you want a way to have your car smell fresh and fragrant without having to buy an expensive air freshener or air freshener that's bulky or that's going to be in the way, a dryer sheet, a fabric softener. Just put one under your seat or a couple under your seat, especially here in Florida where it gets hot, in the car, and just leave it in there and it will scent the car. And you don't have a whole lot of fumes. You don't have a whole lot of mess. They're really thin. Just, stick it up under the seat. If you have seat covers, make sure that it's not one of the ones that's kind of oil-based or whatever, because some of them do have like some oily stuff going on. I don't know what that is. But yeah, just stick it in your glove compartment, under the seat, somewhere in the car. Leave the windows up. And then when you come back to your car, eventually that scent will kind of permeate the car.
Or you can,
and that's inexpensive.
The little tiny air freshener thing and put it in.
They can do that, but we were talking.
But I don't like those. That is better because I feel like mine blocks my vent.
Yeah, like these are unobtrusive because like you can stick one of those anywhere. You could fold it up.
And I don't like
just
the
stick it
dangly ones because I feel like it obstructs my vision when I'm driving.
Yeah. So if just that's a way that if you need to freshen the car and you don't have another alternative, a dryer sheet will do it.
Okay, so my Gemini Gem is because I just went to the nail salon last week and got these nails, and I got brown because, fall time, whatever. But I noticed, especially when I don't have time or I know I have like a bunch of things, like I'm going to have the podcast, I'm going Halloween Horror Nights tomorrow. Not that my nails need to be done for that, but like, I like to look good when I go outside. But anyway, so if I know I'm doing like a lot, and like for me, I like work every day, so I want my nails to look good, and I'm, typing away, and it gives me like a little motivation when I'm at my job and I'm typing. But I've noticed that if you get a color like this that blends in kind of with your natural nail color, when it's time for a fill-in, it's a little bit less noticeable. Because when I get like solid colors, as soon as like 2 weeks go by, I'm like, ooh,
start to see I
need to go to the nail salon.
Yeah.
But when you get a color like this, you can kind of go a little bit. You can go a little 3 weeks maybe if you really had to, because
the need for a fill-in is a lot less noticeable with that.
Yeah, so get your nails done.
Stretch your nail appointments, like stretch the time between.
Because, you know, when I get my nails and my toes done, it's like $100, which is really cheap, honestly. Like, the place I go to is really good, because sometimes it can be even more than that. But I get simple design, so it's whatever. But that's my Gemini Gem. And that also wraps up our 11th episode.
Yay.
So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And when you leave your comment, make sure it's nice and wholesome and don't be cussing us out. Thank you very much.
Amen.
But that's a wrap. So, period.